Hey everybody, Felix here. Wanted to make a video because I've officially crossed the 400 video mark on YouTube for EOS videos. I think that's a great milestone. I think that looking back, some of the earlier videos are more true today than even in 2019, 2020 when we were creating them and beginning to understand EOS at a level that we don't see anybody else in this space understanding it as. And there are people that do, people like Brock and people like Dan and people like Brendan, but obviously they don't spill the beans. Here on this channel we make sure to attempt to see what's coming in the future, see what's ahead for EOS, and see how that plays into a global role, because let's be honest, nothing is going to have mass adoption if it's not adopted by the masses. And so I just want to really lay out that 400 videos, the breadth of work that's been talked about, that's been explained, and the reasons why I think are so important. It's really good to go back and try to refresh yourself on some of the earlier things that happened that led up to these points, because once things start rolling, it's going to be very difficult to try to play catch up and then to be successful based off of that. So you have to be positioned much before to be able to prosper whenever it happens. Jeff Bezos made a good point, and he said, if you want to find great success in investing, you have to find a project that you're passionate about, and you have to get into it before everybody else. You can't chase any wave, you can't chase any ride, because you'll miss the boat. Think about it. People were buying EOS under $1 for years. If you start buying EOS at $100 or whatever it goes up to, no price predictions, but whatever it goes up to, if you start halfway through a major bull cycle, you're exponentially less than those people who are able to accumulate for a long period of time at a low price. If I were to ever be featured in some sort of documentary or film about EOS, I would want on the Chiron, my label next to Felix to be expert EOS forensic economic anthropologist. And that basically encompasses all of the angles and ways that we have over this past few years really facilitated the EOS narrative, the EOS story line, and we really have explained things in a way that makes so much sense that it really can't be any other way. And that's not bragging about that. That's just looking from a non-emotional standpoint, which most people can't do if they have any money involved in something. And so we can really take the step back and look at the 30,000 foot view and understand that this is much bigger than us. We know China has been all over EOS from the get-go. I mean, EOS headquarters initially was only in Hong Kong, so it's foolish to think that every major player, every major country, especially the G10s, the G20s, not already know about EOS, but are actively working to implement EOS on a global scale. And just because you don't see it and CNN doesn't tell you that, doesn't mean that that's not happening. And so if you can look past your own biases, your own emotional connections, your own hindrances to be able to understand things and open your mind, you'll quickly see, hey, there's a much bigger plan here, and if I'm not a part of it, it might be against me. So it's just something to think about. We've got 400 videos, over 400 videos, and any of them are quality stuff. I take the time to make a video on something I feel is important to share. And being an expert EOS forensic economic anthropologist, it just makes sense to show everybody what I know and not keep it to myself. And it seems like the most people receptive are the ones that need it the most anyhow. And then, of course, I've got the haters. They love to watch me. They love to support me. They love to comment on my pages and give me tons of interaction. So I do appreciate them as well, but it's going to be weird when they just miss everything because they were so narcissistic and couldn't get out of their own head. So I just want to put that out there. Stoffel Baker out.